We have a weekly race for Minish Cap Randomizer. I guess I should. Why did you tell us get us live this early?
What do you mean?
It's early. Can't start the race yet.
Well, I wanted to shit talk a little before I hand it off to y'all.
Okay, you want to shit talk them. Go ahead. See?
As far as I'm aware, all I know is this is the Zelda seed, so anything goes. Also, I expect Hendrix to do some dumps.
You do? Why Hendrix particularly?
I don't know. It's what my gut tells me, okay? I'm just gonna go with my gut.
So, Hayden predicts Hendrix will do some dump. That's precise.
Jockey apparently predicts that he is going to do dumb also.
Yeah, Shocky does have the fine names to claim that they are going to do dumps.
It's a given.
It's rando. Everybody's guaranteed to do a dump. It's always a dump until it pays off.
All right, I'm gonna leave it to y'all.
I mean, there are some plays that are just dumps, and then there are some plays that could pay off.
Ooh, early bow.
No, no, it's not.
Okay. And Hendrix opened up the chest after the bow, so he's losing free time.
I honestly forgot we had traps.
Same for Shocky. Yeah. I did glance at an element check there, I think. So, we don't have Deep Wood, we don't have Cave of Flames.
So we're in for a long seed.
Yes! No Deep Wood, no Cave of Flames isn't exactly the most convenient element layout, or the fastest.
So, was that a bottle in Figurine House?
There was a bottle on the freestanding item in the Figurine House, yes. That's another... It could be fun. They don't have that yet, so it's not like it matters right now. They are still looking for some way to escape Sphere Zero.
Yeah. Juliet's house, not that important today.
No, Juliet's house wasn't anything. See, Lucy reaching Mayor's basement, nothing there. So they got ahead north to the Tingle Trees. And possibly the courtyard.
Also, Hendrix is the odd one out in the restream in terms of the tunic color.
Yeah, Hendrix going with the vanilla green, whereas everyone else seems to be using the dark blue. Tingle Trees have flippers.
Okay, that's our...
That is the access to South Hurricane Ruby Cave. And a bunch of other checks, actually. Like, early flippers are surprisingly good in terms of how many checks they give you access to.
Yeah.
Although, that's arguable, because some of those checks are like town minish, and whether that's a good thing that you get access to them is...
It's also a it's also a pretty inconvenient moat. And it's one of those things where you always feel like you can do Hylia, but you can't.
So, that's the Vayfall Kinstone in the northeast Tingle Tree. So, one Kinstone in, and it's the one that is most conducive to giving you access to items, but they do need bombs and a grip ring for that to matter, and then a lantern for logic. But we do have an all Kinstone seed, so whichever it was, they would have been happy to find it.
Yep. Ooh, there's our first book.
The book was in town?
Yep.
More importantly, Bluesy found a sword in the pre-Castle Cave hard piece spot. So that's a good one. Did also set up the save scam for the mode. We'll see if anything is here that will mean Bluesy will have to backtrack, or if he'll just reset with that
That's a
sword
reset.
back to town.
So Hendrix is probably going to get that sword. Goldfish might take a while to get it.
Yeah, Goldfish went to the South Field Ruby Cave, got another Kingstone, looks like a Cloud Tops, got remotes. Nothing else, so I don't know if it would take him a while. He might do town checks, I guess. He's doing chickens. Yeah. That's a town check. Henry's finding that sword. Let's see where Shocky goes from the castle garden.
Did Goldfish just drown the chicken?
Goldfish just drowned the chicken. Lucy apparently found another hex trap that on the way to Krenel. Nothing on the one spot that they can get there. Goldfish trying chickens again.
Question that more for Goldfish is, does he do town miniatures early?
He did push the shelf after failing chickens for the first time in the cafe. So he might just go turn minish here. Yep. No? He enters that house to reset the timer, but does not do the chicken. Does not do the minish checks yet. Is going to attempt chickens again. Third time's the charm, right?
I mean, I do want to say this is kind of partly why I feel like I beat Goldfish was I didn't put off town. Because I think that there were 2 seeds where town minish had something and he put it off for a while.
Yeah, town minish has had stuff a number of times in the past. It is definitely something to consider if your first item is flippers. With that sword, I don't mind just doing the minish loop. So, where Bluesy is now, like the South Harrowfield, and then going to Eastern Hills to the Beanstalk, I would do those first every time. Yeah. Before doing Bombless minish loop. So, we'll see. Well, the other players he decided to do. Goldfish did manage chickens. Didn't get anything.
Ooh, there's our first butterfly.
No, it's not. The first butterfly was in the South Harrowfield cave. That's the second butterfly.
Oh, I completely missed that one. There's too many things to look at.
Yes, there's a bomb bag. That's important. So
did Henderson skip that butterfly?
I hope not.
Oh,
was that butterfly a trap? I did not notice that. Okay, so apparently that was our first butterfly because the other one was a trap.
And Hendrix just randomly dodged a trap? Okay.
Did he? I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't pick it up.
How? Okay. That's
so, like we said at the beginning, every runner's going to do stupid until the stupid pays off.
But how? Is he going to skip this butterfly too? No, he picks this one up. Are you sure Hendrix didn't grab the butterfly?
It was on the bottom right. I completely saw Hendrix not grab it.
No, that's a real butterfly. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, there's our nut. Not that we needed it.
So, chickens was a trap. The other, so the butterfly in the South Harrowfield Ruby Cave was real. Okay, yeah, I didn't think traps could be butterflies.
Okay, so Hendrix just skipped the butterfly.
Yeah. When you get remote bombs without a bomb bag, it does give you that item spot, so you can equip it, but it doesn't give you a bomb maximum greater than 0, so you have 0 remote bombs. And it's your maximum count.
So we got a flipper locked Jabbernut.
Sure. I mean, Jabbernut doesn't matter when flippers are to 0.
Yeah, then like we said, that's kind of an easy spot to orphan off without bombs.
Sorry, which spot?
Goldfish's first sword inside the.
Oh yes, and the sword that we know.
Oh, there's our real. There's our real bow on Bluesy's side.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Goldfish had many options besides doing that, though, right? The sword locked like access to the bomb bag that took us further. Also, Hayden, you need to recrop Goldfish. I don't know if you are aware, but that does not look right.
So, how many of our runners are going to dip Deepwood? Looks like Hendrix is.
Isn't only Deepwood like? Do you dip Deepwood in this situation? Is that a good play? I don't know.
I think it might be. It's not a required, and with bombs, you can do most of it.
I mean, it depends. You are hoping that you get a small key in the one first check that you have access to guaranteed. So it's like, and then you are hoping that you get another small key to get to the back to be able to do most of it. Otherwise, you can do some of it, but not like. But yeah, you can go dip Deepwood in this situation. What else would they have access to? Like,
the mitts gave access to Hylia.
The mitts do give access to Hylia through the witch digging cave. So I would probably dip droplets rather than Deepwood.
But Hendrix doesn't know that yet.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's our Veil Falls access.
Yeah, we have a grip ring, we have the Veilful Skinstone, we have bombs. Don't have a lantern, so upper Veilfall's non-logic, but that's a logic break that you do want to take, usually.
Especially since you want to go up there at some point anyways.
It's something like... basically, if there's a sword up there and, like, lantern gets convoluted or something like that.
You mean like the seed that I had with Dark Horse? Oh, and there's our other bow.
Well, that's
in Deepwood.
Nice, I guess.
It saves time in one room.
I mean, yeah. That's not a good enough reason to dip Deepwood. So.
No.
Like, even ignoring the fact that the other bow is easy to find and Hendrix will grab it.
Required light arrows is already dead. We have boomerang and bombs. So
yes,
we can.
But Krenner.
Okay, yeah, there might be.
Right now, light arrow. Like, if we get a bottle, then light arrows is Cave of Flames access, right?
I feel like that's incredibly unlikely at this point.
We just need the bottle. I mean, yes, there's other stuff that could give you, like, Cane or Gusture or Cape, but it might just happen. I don't know. I wouldn't call it too incredibly unlikely. And it is, like, Henris is bottle away from Cave of Flames exit.
Oh, he doesn't know that yet, but...
No, he does know that he's bottle away from Cave of Flames access, right? Oh
no, he doesn't have the grip ring yet.
The grip ring, but he like, you don't miss that grip ring.
No, you do not.
There's no way Henris misses that grip ring.
We would have some serious questions. You can't say Shaggy Smith's the grip ring yet. Yeah. What Shaggy's doing is the way to do it, because we're going to come back this way. So, yeah, what?
Yeah, next step, I still like a droplets dip, but then I always like a droplets dip if it's possible. Did Bluesy do that? Or
no, I don't believe he did. He might be rushing Vale Falls.
That is also a play that's very reasonable. Like, as we mentioned, it's not in logic, but who cares? It's too many items for that.
Probably their most dense location at this point.
Yes.
So,
how many items are there up there? Like 9 in the rupee spots, and then
just the rupee spot is 9. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a lot of items. So,
and you have to go up there anyways.
Yeah. I mean, you would maybe save a climb if you manage to delay it until, like, you get all your Cloud of Skin stones.
Or your Ocarina, but...
I mean, no, if you get Ocarina before you have to come back, then it doesn't matter that you dipped it down. Then you didn't save a climb. So, it's like... And it's really unlikely that you can get your first trip without... with all the Cloud of Skin stone already. Or, like, find the last up there. That's not something that you need to consider if you get access to Vale Falls this early. Even though it's still out of logic.
Yeah. So it's just so very much
by the Cloud of Skin stone, so at this point, like, for that consideration, it doesn't matter.
And, okay, Tinkle Trophy.
Well, useless for Arcane, but...
Yeah.
Henry's is dipping droplets. I like it. Goldfish also dipped Deepwood. Did they grab the bow from there? Or... Like,
I can't imagine that they did it.
Tracker? Or did they somehow dip out without the bow? Restream Tracker doesn't show them having a bow either. How did Goldfish... Wait, did Goldfish dip Deepwood, or is
Goldfish did dip Deepwood.
How did they dip Deepwood and not get a bow? Okay, maybe they did. I don't. Yeah, we don't know. But if like we will see, not when he opens his inventory, but when he opens his next check, because it will either be a bow or light arrows.
Yes.
And if it's a bow, I have questions. Okay.
Okay.
It's light arrows.
Okay.
So Goldfish just didn't update his track.
And Bluesy doing vanilla cloud tops.
I mean, if you want to. Droplets has a bottle. Henry says Game of Flame Acts.
He might
That's not
do
a play
it.
You want
he
to
always
make.
expects the worst from Seed, so he might actually do it.
You still go up there first, right?
I would think so, but this is Hendrix.
But like, imagine Cave of Flames only has a lantern and Upper Vale Falls has your cane. That's the kind of scenario that you want to avoid. Now, we haven't seen that from Bluesy's side. I don't think we saw much beyond maybe Kinstones and the Tingle
Trophy. Yeah.
So, in this case, like, that's not the case, but...
Yeah, no, I agree you should do Vale Falls first, but Hendrix...
I would do Vale Falls first,
only
and
ever
maybe
plays
clear out some of town first, and then once...
Okay.
Like, that's the only option. Then you just go to Krenel, and you either find something that takes you away from there on the way, or you just continue on until Cave of Flames, because it's your last good option. That's how I would play that.
I agree that's the right play. I'm just saying this is Hendrix who always plays Hendrix Seeds, but it doesn't matter. He's doing the right play.
Yeah, Hendrix is still going to Vale Falls. I wouldn't have expected otherwise. He might not clear out as much of town as I would before doing like Krenel, and he might very well just go and do Vanilla to Cave of Flames with light arrows.
And there's our Gust Jar.
Okay, Gust Jar means light arrows aren't required. Unfortunate. It also means that Deepwood dip, probably not a good call, because now they could actually, like, full clear it.
I don't think you'd want to full clear, though.
Yeah, it is not an element, so I guess... But, like, they only got light arrows, and those aren't required, so... either like dipping it without the gusture didn't get you anything. So either you wanted to have dipped it with the gusture or not at all.
Well, or you dip it without the gusher, you don't get baited to full clearing it.
Yes, but in that scenario, you didn't want to dip at all. This entire feat.
I know that's what you're looking for at this point, though, is there's our spin. Spin on Gregor.
First spin on Gregor. I mean, we still have a lot of checks on Krenner that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
That one of those could very well be another spin attack. There are 5 of those.
Yeah. But it's something nice. I don't think you ever refused any of the spins.
No, absolutely not. Getting that spin is a nice thing. I'm just not sure if Old Mammoth is the only spin that we will need before like Westeros Access. It could be, but at this point it's too early to tell. Bluesy finding another bottle there in Cloudtops. So that's Bluesy's first bottle because he didn't dip droplets. That's also the only thing up in Cloudtops, so if Hendris dips Cloudtops here, he won't be happy about it. Looks like that is what he's doing, so Hendris will be disappointed here. For Bluesy, that out of logic bottle is probably still a reason to go up Krenner. Meanwhile, Shocky is also going up their faults. Does have the Gustra that the other runners don't. And Goldfish, I'm not sure where Goldfish spent time besides the deeper dip.
Goldfish last location is the sword, so he took a while just to get to here.
Right, that's why Goldfish is a bit behind, and looks like he might be dipping into droplets, which does have that bottle.
Oh yeah, also
Cloudtops
also had the last butterfly.
Okay, that's very early to have all butterflies. We got a bomb back on the Eastern Hills Beanstalk. That was a while ago. There was another bomb back on
the Ruby Caves. Vale Falls Rubies.
Yeah, Vale Falls Ruby Caves had another bomb back. I think Droplets also had another bomb back. Mids, I'm not sure. Somewhere Minish Loop.
Mids were the pre Minish Flippers Minish Wood.
You mean
what? The Kinstone Fusion, where the freestanding heart piece is.
The first check on the main entrance. Yes.
Yes.
Minish Bill Fusion or whatever it's called.
I know it's not Minish Fusion because that's the one all the way on the right. It's not there. It's the one.
Yeah,
it's the one near Deepwoods.
Okay, so right by the grip ring or the south one.
The south one, yeah.
Somewhere in Minish Loop.
Yes.
In the part that you wouldn't have needed bombs for, is what we're saying. It doesn't really matter which exact chest of those. And a grip ring then was like in Minish Woods, and the Gustra was at the end of Town Digging. So, Bluesy taking that out of logic bottle from Cloudtops and going to Krenner. I agree with this play. You got a bottle from there. That's the only thing you got. You follow that up and hope it has something.
I think, well, it's also because it's a bottle. You probably think there's a bottle somewhere in Logic.
Yeah, I mean, there is.
Yeah.
It's just, even if there wasn't, and this was still, like, continuing out of Logic, it's still probably, you got the Crane Beanstalk in there. That's very much worth it to stay out of Logic for. And it could very well be that something like Bluesy didn't dip deepwards or something, right? Like if Bluesy had missed a bottle there, he would be very happy to just leave it there until the end of the seed and not get it.
But Bluesy also is the only runner without a way to access Krenel right now, like Cave of Flames itself.
Bluesy has neither light arrows nor gust jar. That is correct. Which means if he goes up the wall and finds nothing and goes back to town and finds a gust jar, that will feel bad. And if he then decides, no, I'm not going back up the wall, let's go to Deepwood, and finds only light arrows, that will feel worse. Let's hope there's something on the beanstalk for Bluesy. Looks like Shocky is taking that gust jar as a cue to go into Deepwood. Which is reasonable.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
I'm not sure if I, okay, Shocky also didn't dip droplets, so doesn't have a bottle, I think. In the same spot, but with a bottle, I would probably take the gust jar more as a cue to climb up that damn wall and go to Cave of Flames. But both are out of logic dungeons, and neither is a play you want to have to make, I guess.
Wait, how many small keys did we find on the Rupee Path?
I think just one.
Okay, so
nothing that puts that in logic. We need Lantern for more checks in logic, and it wasn't all for.
Well, we also have access to Underwater Pot. I don't think anybody checked Underwater Pot.
That is in logic, yes. With the gust jar and flippers. Do we not have game sound on Restream? Whose audio are we using? Henry's game sound is very quiet or not at all there?
I'm fixing that right now. I was wondering if we were having issues. So Hendris had no game audio this whole time.
Hendris has very quiet audio on his stream, yes.
So I switched over to Bluesy. I'm fixing
which is still quiet, but better.
Yeah, so I'm fixing it right now. We're fine.
And there's our Karloff medal. And boots, and a sword, and graveyard key.
Okay.
Oh, no graveyard key.
So the bottle in the figurine house was bottle locked. I guess boots do give access to math checks that you wouldn't continue on to Cave of Flames. Not that Bluesy has that option.
Yeah.
But for the other runners in that spot. You probably hope that you get a red sword somewhere in a boost lock check and don't have to do that. Kinstone and Sean Cave.
You're not missing at this seed, though.
No. What? The bottle is... the in-logic bottle is very much mid-slocked for lake access. And I guess you could have gotten that out of logic, but you still wouldn't have missed the mids. If you somehow only dipped Minish Loop deep enough to get the grip ring and then went straight to Vel'Thor's, I guess you could somehow avoid that, but yeah, that's not likely. So yeah, Bluesy doesn't have a way to continue further, so is dipping out after the rain path. It would be more interesting to see what Hendris decides to do in that spot.
Yeah, Bluesy... Oh, and we're also getting new checks from Shocky, because he's doing back in Deepwood.
Shocky is in Deepwood with the Gust Jar, so...
We have an out-of-logic sword from Bluesy.
Well, it's out of logic for Bluesy, but we know where an in-logic bottle is.
Oh yeah, so it is.
It's not really an out-of-logic sword.
True. Bluesy
doesn't
also
know how it's in logic, but we know. So
yeah. Shocky is also still the only one with that spin.
Yeah, we haven't seen another spin yet, have we? So the only spin that we have seen is behind that gust jar, and the only other person has... No, Henris also has the gust jar, and Bluesy just picked it up. But Henris hasn't gone to Old Man Myth yet. And neither has Bluesy. He hasn't really had that time to do it. And the bottle in the figurine house was also a trap. So not only was the bottle locked...
You're missing very well-placed traps, Zaza. You placed traps very well this scene.
As far as we can tell right now, the first spin is Regal. And we have access to the vanilla path of Cave of Flames, but we also have a few other spots left. So we don't know if that will be required yet.
And there's a red sword.
Okay, there's a sword in Deepwood. That's gust jar locked, so yay. You wanted the gust jar before dipping Deepwood? That wisp on Bluesy's side is scary. It just keeps moving through you, through Bluesy in the cutscene. Bluesy manages to get out of there without getting cursed.
Okay. So
Shocky needs to find the bottle. Either bottle, but probably the one in droplets. Everyone else... Like, Bluesy needs to go to Deepwood. Henris needs to go back to Beanstalk and then go to Deepwood. Goldfish needs to find the gust jar, then go back to Deepwood and go to Krenner.
Okay, Bluesy's about to get his spin.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing that they need. We still haven't seen another spin. One Griga is probably just the one you should grab. Like, there might be another spin that's technically in logic inside Cave of Flames or something, but...
Without the cane, that's kind of you.
Yes, very much. The gust jar was in town digging, so... Not too bad. With the early mids.
And... Okay. Now we're getting Town Minish. I think Lucy's the first to do Town Minish.
I think so. Did Goldfish do some of that earlier? Way early? Before the sword?
I don't think he... If he did, it was...
It was before. It would have been before his sword, but I think he did, right?
Okay, so he did. Chicken? Okay.
Yeah. Like, probably what he could. If you said he last occasioned the sword, then he did some of this, and...
Karloff Metal was not a trap, but it led to a trap.
Yeah, the bottle in the figurine house was a trap, but the Karloff Metal was real. Which is and
Hendris is going to Cave of Flames.
Hendris is going to Cave of Flames. I'm not surprised, exactly, but...
No. Considering what Hendris always has to play?
I am interested in what he will find, because we know the other non-element dungeon has a sword.
Yeah.
And that would be his red sword. And we also know where Spin Attack is. But either of those two things could also have a duplicate in Cave of Flames, which might shake things up a bit.
Yeah,
and
Hendris
if there's a vanilla cane there, then
Hendris habit of assuming every seed is rolled by him.
Yeah, Hendris does have a tendency to assume the worst of seeds, but if it works, like, most seeds have some badness to them, so...
Hendris just assumes too bad of them.
Yeah, it's a strategy that can work and it can backfire, but we don't know how it will work out in this seed yet. Hendris, you don't need to use light arrows to destroy a pot right in front of you. Like...
Okay, so we're seeing what Blue Shoe has. Jockey's doing the full clear.
You mean Green Shoe?
Yeah, Green Shoe. I'm so used to seeing...
You said Blue Shoe, and I was surprised that anyone was, like, I mean, they have access to Blue Chew, I guess, by doing the lily pad route in droplets and then using that to... Oh no, they would need to flip the switch, which needs a red sword. I don't think Blue Chew can have a vanilla lamp this seed, because we don't have enough keys for key logic. That's a spin on the Primalari fusion there for Andres. So that's one of the two things that he's probably looking for here, even though we know that there is another spin on Krieger. If Hendris also finds a sword here, that will make things interesting. If not, then Hendris still needs to go to Deepwood, and we'll probably do Oddman before that. So yeah, Goldfish also going up Krennin now. Will find a sword here. Bluesy doing some lake boots checks. Don't think he found anything yet. Shocky left Deepwood with just that sword, so needs to go up Krenil, which I think Shocky still needs to find a bottle for that. We know of 2 bottles. One is in droplets on the first ruby path, which is probably the one that Shocky will end up finding. The other is in Cloud Tops.
Okay, sorry, I muted myself. And then it's everybody.
Sorry?
So there was the male person came in. The dog started going crazy. Figured I didn't want to mute. Didn't want to deafen everybody.
Yeah, that is probably a good thing. So yeah, Bluesy is now in droplets. We'll find that in logic bottle that will tell him that everything he did is indeed in logic, but won't really give him access to anything else. He needs to go into Deepwood. Hendris is in Cave of Flames. For all we know, he needs to go into Deepwood, but he might find something here. Hendris and Goldfish are getting close to 10 hearts. Waveblade could become a thing, but like we know how they get access to Western Woods. So it's just a matter of them putting together the pieces that we have seen. And getting that. And that will give access to something. Like, Western Woods access also means caster access. They do have boots and bow. So that's a lot of checks.
There's a sword in Deepwood. There was a sword. The first sword was in the north.
Harpies was the first sword. Then we had one on the Crane Beanstalk, and then we had one in Deepwood in the back, behind the Gastra. So that Goldfish is showing us one sword right now, and the one that Goldfish doesn't have, that only
Bluesy has.
Shocky. Only Shocky has the sword
Shocky, sorry.
Everyone else has the other 2 swords that we've seen.
Has anybody done Simon? I don't think we've seen Simon yet.
I don't think we have seen Simon. That is another in-logic check, but yeah.
Oh, where did we find the cane?
Wait.
That must have been underwater pot.
We got a cane? Lucy got a cane?
Yeah.
Okay. I was not paying attention to Bluesy.
I think it must have been... Boots
yeah, okay, Lake Minish checks.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the other option. So behind Boots.
Okay.
Which means Hendris going the vanilla way to Cave of Flames definitely wasn't required.
It's just
if
one
you
of those
find
awful
something
scenes
on
where you
this
had
one
to.
last check, I guess it's still not too terrible. Otherwise, Henry spent a lot of time here for things.
Yeah, it's just one of those seeds, one of those awful seeds where Kane is locked by the Crannel Beanstalk.
Yes. Though, with also a sword on the Crannel Beanstalk, it's not that bad. Like, Shocky will go up the beanstalk, find the sword and the boots there, and leave and go to Western Woods. And then later find the cane behind boots and, like...
Yeah.
Won't have the... Like, Shocky definitely won't go to Cave of Flames in that situation. Because you just got Western Woods access. So really the only thing that... Like, the bad thing is that you had to go to Minish Woods to find the mids, to go to town to find the Gust Jar, to go back to Deepwood.
Yeah.
To find a sword.
I will say, I think Hendrix is slightly better off in this situation. Oh, well, he has to go back anyways for the sword.
Hendrix has to go find the sword, same as Bluesy.
Yeah.
He could very well end up finding the cane before the sword, too. Like.
Yeah.
Goldfish also doing the Vanilla Path to Cave of Flames, so following in Hendrix's footsteps there. Won't find anything in Cave of Flames. Will find a spin on the way, so I guess you can avoid Grieger that way. But like...
But you're going to do Grieger at some point anyways this seed.
Yeah.
It's hard
Shocky
to say.
is finally going to get the bottle out of droplets here.
It's hard to
he
say,
will hopefully
but
just take two.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I do think Shocky is in the lead right now, though, because I think he's going, as the way things are going right now, he's going to be the first to get Red Sword.
It's between Shocky and Bluesy.
Yeah.
Bluesy does have that cane that Shocky doesn't yet have. So even if Bluesy finds the Red Sword a bit later than Shocky, it's still like both Hendrix and Goldfish just spend a lot of time on the vanilla climb to Cave of Flames, which wasn't required. And Goldfish also spent some extra time last locating that first sword, which is why they are a bit behind right now. But it's not like either of them could still overtake the other two here easily. There's a lot of seed to go through yet.
Yeah, this is the lead at this point is not the definitive win.
No, not at all. Like, Bluesy and Shocky have a small lead, but it's more like 2 to 3 minutes than anything more.
Yeah, no, it's a lead where it's not their seeds to lose, it's everybody's seeds to win. They just have the lead.
Yeah. Henry's apparently having some issues with his L button, it looks like.
And we're getting Simon.
We did already get Simon from...
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember seeing. I remember seeing now.
But yeah, Shocky now has a bottle. Looks like Shocky is safe scumming the second ice block here. Don't think anyone else did that. So this is also out of logic, but...
Yeah,
again, like,
because of key logic, it is lamp locked.
Yeah, like that check does require you to have all 4 keys to be in logic. We don't have enough checks without lamp to get all those keys, so it's lamp locked. Wait, did we see a sword trap on the 4-sword locked hard piece? I wasn't paying attention, but if we saw a sword there, that's definitely a trap and very much amusing. Lucy now also falling for the traps that is chicken.
Okay.
Shocky didn't quick warp there, did just reset away that blue rupee from the second ice block. It's not too bad even if you don't save scum that key, but if you did save before and to set that up, you should follow through with that. Yeah. Like, what that can save you is, I guess, a trip to the underwater pod, or something like that. Which I don't think Shocky went to the underwater pod, even though it is in logic. But yeah, now, Shocky should just head up Trenin now, and will find the red sword there to go to Western Woods, so... That's...
It's... Zaza, it's not to save the key for back there, it's because it can save you the key for Blue Chew.
Yeah, it's basically, like I said, it's basically if you went through the Dark Maze and you can deduce that there's a small key in the underwater pod, you don't have to pick it up if you did the save scan. For sure. Like, no matter what. I guess you will also always save the key for the gust jar in that situation. I mean, they don't have cape yet, they might have to go through there. But then, it's like... It's, like I said, it's not a big deal even if you use the key there. Like, it will always work out. Logic makes sure that you can't softlock from doing that. Like, opening that door. But it might make some situations a bit more convenient to have the key a bit earlier.
Yeah, like...
Basically.
The key example would be my match against Dark Horse. I had to backtrack to Blue Chew because I didn't save scum the key there.
Yeah, something like that. Like, there's a few scenarios where it's more convenient to get the key, and it's not really anything more than that. So, Bluesy's still in town, Hendris following up on the booths in South Hyrule Field.
Shocky about to get
doing
his
lower
red
channel, and Goldfish got out of Chaos Flames now, obviously without finding anything beyond that spin, which we know where another spin is, but Goldfish does not yet have the gust jar to get that other spin. So Goldfish needs to go do town digging, then go into Deepwood. Hendris and Bluesy just need to go into Deepwood, and Shocky needs to go to Upper Kryn into the Beanstalk. So the easiest of those calls to make is definitely Shocky's going to Upper Kryn. There's no way he's not already playing that. And then it's like...
And
it shouldn't be hard for any of them to find that door.
Yeah, at some point, everybody except for Bluesy does need to go back to Hylia for their cane.
Yes, Bluesy already has the cane from Hylia. That is a required item that they will all need to find.
And we're getting the Waveblade check.
Hendris does not have the London key that is in Deepwood. Try to talk into Talon there. I guess Waveblade wasn't anything.
It was a bloopy.
Goldfish now has that gust jar. Follows that into Deepwood, he will get with Wits access. Hendris still following boost checks. Going to North Hyrule now.
Bluesy's going to Vanilla Cave of Flames.
No, he's not. He has the cane. He's going to Cave of Flames.
Oh yeah. But he's still going to Cave of Flames.
So he will pick up another spin scroll, I guess. And that's it. Well, no, Bluesy can full clear Cave of Flames, which the other people couldn't.
Okay, yeah, so it makes sense for Bluesy to be doing this.
Well, there isn't an element there. Out of the two non-element dungeons, Bluesy's checking the one where we don't know if there's a sword in... Like, we know there's a sword in Deepwood, we don't know if there's anything deeper in Cave of Flames. There could be, we don't know. Hendris and Goldfish did get that other spin from Old Man Myth, which turned into a fast spin for them. Once Bluesy finds the other scroll, we will see what that turns out to be. Like, that's the only difference between which spin you pick up first at this point. And Shocky is now climbing the wall, will find the red sword shortly.
And then we finally get 15
then we finally
minutes
get progress
Western
and
Woods.
go into Western Woods, yes.
After 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's not too early, is it?
I mean, yeah, it's not the worst. I mean,
It's not the
was,
worst, but it is kind of late, yes. They did
Like,
need
I
to
know-
go both up Krennel and into Deepwood with the Gust Jar for those swords.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst Western Woods I've seen, because I know I've had a seed where I didn't get Western Woods until an hour 40. But
You could easily have put all the items that were on the Krennel Beanstalk on the Rupees and Cave of Flames instead. That would have been worse. Like,
Yes.
there's ways to make it worse.
yeah. We already know. Yeah, there will be a non-red version because Trez.
Yes, that is like. I don't want to say that Trez is bad at this game. I just don't know, and we need to make sure that he could go through it. I think is the plan. Anyways, Shocky got a red sword and those boots, but mainly like the red sword Western Woods access is sticking around. Is
Rain chest.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has already picked up the Kinstone from the Digging Cave, but I guess he has. I think we will probably make easy and hard versions for all punishment seeds in the future, yes.
The feeling Shocky feels really far behind right now, but
Shocky probably doesn't feel too great about this, but then again, like, Shocky single dip Deepwood, right? That's something.
yeah.
Shocky didn't go to Cave of Flames. Like, the bottle was late for Shocky. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
And everyone else is having a worse time, so...
Okay, what do we get?
Yeah, okay. Bluesy also now arriving at new checks. This is the first new check.
There's our blue sword.
There's a blue sword. There's another bottle. Does the blue sword give him that much right now? I guess it's like
Not in logic.
graveyard, some checks, and one
Yeah, I
check.
think it's. I think it's. Yeah, I think it's.
one check in Wave Force and a few in graveyard, but not
And the
that-
one in Veil Falls is out of logic, so.
Oh yeah. But who cares about logic? Like, like graveyard is also a few of two of the 4 checks that blue sword gives access to in that area are all sort of logic. So
Well, it's important in this case because the Veil Falls Cliff Chest is also kind of inconvenient at this point.
kind of. You would still probably just grab it before going into graveyard. At least I think I would. Mushroom, down thrust, another bomb back.
I would not
Not
be
great.
disappointed in that, but it's not completely disappointing.
No, it's not, but it's also that's like not. It's not something that gives you a direction to go in, like say a lantern.
Well, looking at the Shaggy Tracker, we are 2 Kinstones now from.
We need 2 Kinstones, a sword, lantern, and cape.
But we're 1 Kinstone away from each of the
Yes.
dungeons.
Any other Kinstone will give. Well, we still need lantern for Palace to be in logic. Anyone but Bluesy still needs Cane to do much in Palace, in logic. But yes. Any more Kinstones will give access to something. If not in logic, then at least in actuality.
So in that case, I'm putting my next piece of progression as the Casterkin Stone. That's probably the most likely at this point.
Casterkin Stone on hiking for next progression use.
Either the Casterkin Stone or Lamp.
Lantern on hiking is terrible. I don't know why, but I would feel worse about a lantern on hiking than a Casterkin Stone on hiking. Like, I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. The only thing is that you would really want a cape before a lantern. Just for dropless convenience. So you don't have to do what Goldfish is doing now. Anything besides the underwater pod will be out of logic for Goldfish here, but that doesn't mean he can't get like some checks on the ice plane and the blue warp. Lucy is doing the Cave of Flames basement without cape, since we still haven't seen that. I don't think there has been anything in Cave of Flames yet. There are, 4 more checks here? No. You already got that. There's 3 more checks here in the basement, 2 on Gleerock, 1 on Melari.
And there's our lantern.
There's a lantern in Caster. Okay, that is something that, like... With that, you probably just go to droplets to do the second route path.
Yeah.
Also in logic access to cloud tops and
I think you rush
the other 2 checks and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you probably rush droplets and get your cane while you're there in this case.
Skip Percy, rush droplets, never look back. The reason not to go to droplets is that you want the cape.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason to avoid droplets.
And we got a shield.
I'm not sure if that's a good reason.
So, Cave of Flames, not completely barren. We got a shield.
Okay. That's 2 more checks that could be something, maybe. Okay, Goldfish, getting rid of the lily pad there. That makes it respawn in this room when you enter it. So when you leave the room as the lily pad's moving, it doesn't know where to be, so it disappears and respawns in that room since it doesn't have a safe position. I think that's how that works. Anyways, point is you avoid the puzzle there by respawning the lily pad at the corner of the room.
Lucy still very much wants that cape to be here.
I mean, at this point, if the cape's on Gleerock, Bluesy did this in the wrong order.
Yeah.
It's not an element Gleerock, so I guess it's like not that bad, but still, like.
Yeah.
If you asked Henris, he would have told you to do Gleerock first, because there could be a cape on there.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah, it's like if you were planning on doing that, it makes a lot of sense to do Gleerock first. And I think Gleerock 2 checks is like... Cave of Flames basement is slow. I'm sure it's 4 checks, but it's slow. It's probably still faster in terms of check density than the 3 checks if you count Melari from Gleerock, but not a lot. And cape on any of those 3 checks would make it a lot faster to do the basement. And they did get the big key early, so that, like... Yeah, we are 1 hour in and no elements available, but we do have access to both the non-element dungeon.
Saying that, we do have 1 element available.
Do we?
Droplets.
Right. With the lantern from Shocky, that is access to droplets, but without cape, so you still need to do the long way for the first level. That's not great.
That's a trap.
I'm pretty sure we've already seen a blue book, so the one in typing is fake.
Yep. Okay, he's double checking. Good.
Shocky does have a blue book, so that's a fake one. Vanilla droplets is at least the main point. I think it might have been a bounty.
I think it's the triple bounty.
No, that's the...
I
don't think it's a triple bounty. Yeah, I think vanilla droplets was already claimed.
When? I don't remember seeing it.
It was early, like months ago. Like, we have been on this banners for a while. It does end at the end of this month. I think we had vanilla path to the first level somewhere along.
Nope, that's not claimed.
It's not?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, the triple bounty was progression on both non-required bosses, and that was claimed by Hindress. Droplets, though,
triple bounty was AD that was claimed.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. The vanilla droplets path is a double bounty.
Okay, that does make sense to me. That sounds about right. Like double bounty, yeah, sure. I didn't think it was a triple bounty.
Okay. It's
triple
located right next to the triple bounty,
never happened even in the last ban list, if I remember correctly. And
Hindress about to get his red sword. So I think the way things stand right now, that will put him into second. Close, though. Very close.
Yeah, Bluesy finished full clearing Cave of Flames for just plain out nothing.
Well, a shield. We're about to.
Okay,
we're going
shield.
to see that's nothing.
Did Bluesy just run past the scrub?
He did that scrub before Glee Rock.
Ah. Okay. So that scrub didn't have anything. He's now going to go to the other scrub to tell us whether that shield led to anything or not.
Yeah.
I don't think dog food was on Glee Rock because I'm pretty sure Shocky turned in dog food and he doesn't have a cane. So yep, she didn't lead to anything either. So Cave of Flames for just nothing. So Bluesy still needs to go into Deepwood. I need to check why Hindress is buffering on my end. And
So Shocky is slowly making his way over to droplets, I guess. He's doing town checks along the way.
Yeah, he's doing lab checks on the way. Didn't skip Percy. Why would you not skip Percy? Percy, unsurprisingly, didn't have anything, so I think. I wasn't exactly paying attention, but yeah, Bluesy now arriving in Deepwood. Goldfish already in the back is going to pick up that red sword soon. Bluesy will take a bit longer. Hindress is making his way over to West Woods. And where's Shocky going? Is this a very false play? Oh, this is a Grimblade play. Yes, Lantern does also give a check on Grimblade. Not sure how much of Courtyard Shocky already cleared. I would guess he also has the boots checks available here.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything in here. Because he rushed Western Woods like you're supposed to.
Yes. Speaking of rushing Western Woods, What is Hendris doing?
Doctor left. And Fountain.
Hendris has a Westerwood's access and not been there, right?
I think
Also,
this is
Hendris
our.
has
But I
been
don't
to
think this is
Fountain. I'm pretty sure.
Hendrix has not been to Fountain. That was Bluesy, I'm pretty sure.
Was that Bluesy?
Yeah.
No, Tracker is agreeing. Hendris did Fountain.
Oh, okay. Well, I know I definitely saw Bluesy do Fountain. Okay.
I thought I saw Hendris do Fountain, so... This was just a Dr. Left check. When you have Westerwood's access. Okay. Do the one random red sword lock check instead of the whole bunch of red sword lock checks in Westerwood. If you say so.
This isn't... Whatever.
Hmm?
I was going to say, does he think that he's replaying the tournament final?
Okay, Shocky now going to enter Lake. Might very well do London Cave. And is then probably going to go into Droplets. I was also doing the boots checks, yeah, sure.
Shocky's being very thorough.
Yes, he's not leaving much behind on the way. Which... Okay, if you want a second lantern, get trapped.
Hendris has. He also doesn't have the graveyard key. The graveyard key that we found was a trap.
Yeah, we haven't seen the real graveyard key yet, so it's like there is the arrow fairy in the graveyard, I guess. And the outside check, ban the blue sword, in logic for Hendris. Once he finds the lantern here in Caster, he will also have in logic access to Lost Woods and Dampe. And then once we find the graphic key, which we have no idea where it is, that will give access to Royal Crypt. Otherwise, Cloud of Kinstone would give access to all of Palace. Caster Kinstone would give access to all of Cave of Flames. Fortress, sorry. Not the Cave of Flames we already have seen full cleared by Bluesy. And, well, Graphic Key with access to Royal Crypt, and other than that, they need the Foresword and a Cape to do much in Palace as well. Can't forget about that. So we're probably expecting to see a Graveyard Key or a Caster Kinstone soon, like on the second Ruby path, for example. And then a cape somewhere, and another sword somewhere, and the other one of those two, and the Cloud of Kinstone. Not that many items to go for like the 1 hour mark, but not that close to go mode either. This won't be a fast seed.
Yeah.
We knew that from the moment there was an element check, but like at this point, it definitely won't be a fast seed.
Yeah, the remaining items are items that can literally be just about anywhere. With the exception of Cape.
Yeah, like, Cape can't be in Palace, the Caster Kinstone can't be in Fortress, the Cloud of Kinstone can't be in Palace, the Graveyard Key can't be in Crypt, but other than those few restrictions, like, they can go search a lot of the map for these. That said, the best play is probably still Droplets, get to the second Ruby path, get to Octo, because you can. Like, sure, Cape, getting Cape first would have made it a bit faster, but I'm not sure that's something you want to wait for here. Unless the Cape is in the second Ruby path, which could be. Like, that will just be very convenient. But if you have to do the...
Define convenient. Define convenient.
You get it just before you need it. It's not like you weren't going to go to the second Ruby path with that lantern, right?
Yeah, true. No.
So
We've seen races lost over Cape and second Ruby path.
sure. I'm saying in this seed specifically, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, we could all hope for the Cloud of Skinstone on Octo leading to the Caster Kinstone on Palace Wizrobes leading
You're forgetting
to the Cave
no, you're
in Fortress
forgetting.
or something.
You're
but...
forgetting. It's Book on Octo for Cloud Tops in Library.
Okay, Book on Octo, Cloudos on Yellari, Caster on Wizrobes, Graveyard Key in Fortress, Cape and Royal Crypt. That sound good?
That sounds more like the meme seeds that we're used to.
Are we used to that?
We're used to describing them.
Oh, yes, very much so. We are very much used to hoping for those kinds of seeds.
No, we're still missing a book. Can't say that we have all fetch quest items until we have all the books.
Sure. Book is part of the advanced fetch quest, I guess. It's not really a fetch quest when you need multiples, is it?
It's a trap, Hendris. You should know this.
Yeah, I don't remember where the real blue book was, but Henris probably has gotten it. Because we have seen like the green and blue books and Henris's two books. So unless you found a red book somewhere and missed the blue book.
Yeah, blue book,
Yeah, blue book was early.
Yeah, Striker says he has 2 books. So.
Yeah. So, I don't think we have seen the red book.
Bluesy's the only one we need to check at the moment. Or Shocky. Shocky's the only one doing new checks.
Yes. Bluesy just found the lantern. Goes and Caster. Hendris is making a mistake.
Well...
Always skip Percy. See?
Yep. Well, that didn't come from Percy, but...
No. It came from your intention to do Percy. That's what you got punished for.
So
there isn't
right
a fixed
now,
number of traps in the item pool, Zawza. It's random.
The junk pool is generated randomly.
So traps are added to the pool of items that replace kinstones and shells in the vanilla game. And those, like with rupees and refills, that's what you can get traps as well. But there isn't a fixed number of traps that are put in the pool, and
I want to say it's hard to tell who is in the lead at the moment between Hendris and Shocky.
Is Hendris a contender for the lead right now?
At this point, after Bluesy full cleared Cave of Flames for nothing.
Like, Shocky is ahead of Hendris, though, right?
Well, Hendris also has the King.
Okay,
and
there's the King.
And has done more checks overall.
Yeah, sure. But
So.
like, I expect to see something here on the second route path, and unless Shocky misses the cane when leaving droplets,
Yeah.
he's in a very good position.
Yeah, true. The
Hey,
silver
there's
has
a
been nothing
cave!
much.
Who would have thought? So yeah, that cape means Shocky won't have to do the Gastra side.
So waiting for the seed with Cape on Nocto. That'll be the fun seed.
fun with quotation marks, right?
To quote Plankton, F has some fires that burn down the whole town.
Okay.
So, Indra is going to Hylia, or to Droplets. So yeah, I think Hendrix is about to overtake Shocky shortly. Like within the next 20 minutes or so.
20 minutes is a long time, but yes, they will both do Octo here. Shocky will be a bit ahead of Hendrix at Octo, which is basically the time Shocky has to then find the cape in lake. Cane in lake. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if Shocky, after leaving Droplets here, decides to go do the other lake checks, like, he will do Cave 25. If he then goes and decides to do the boots checks in lake, I would still put Shocky ahead, otherwise Hendrix will probably take the lead, yes.
I think Hendrix will take the lead by the end of the seed regardless, though.
Oh, sure. Just not
just
by
based on
Octo,
execute.
maybe. I don't know.
We
will know once Hendrix has done Octo, we will know more of that.
Yeah, but just on out executing Shocky, because
yes, between the two, Hendrix has the execution advantage. I agree.
And I want to say we still have at least an hour to go in the seed. That's plenty of time for Hendrix to catch up from execution.
That is plenty of time for execution to matter. Yes. No, we do still have all of Fortress, all of Palace, all of DHC for execution to matter.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones. And they still have, like, the path to Octo and Octo as well. It's still quite a ways to go. So the other runners, I guess Boozy and Goldfish just need to go to Droplets to find that cave.
Yeah, they're doing checks along the way, so.
And then we expect probably a Kingston or Graveyard Key in Cave 25, right? And then depending on which one, you just go and get that element behind that?
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be Cave 25 at this point, almost assuredly.
That is just the most checks.
Yeah. Because what else do they really have left that's locked by Cape? That's the only thing that we haven't seen. Is it just the bell?
The bell, there's a check on Swiftblade. Is that it?
That might be it.
Cape? Yeah, like the cape. Well, we have flippers, so the cape isn't. And
What's
obviously
the cape
need a cape for Palace, but we don't have access yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have seen an item that looks like a sword in Skull Garden. We also know that it's not a sword because that's four sword locked. So that's a trap, for sure. Oh yeah, it's the 5 sword, where you get the ability to create 5 clones. Wait, no, create 4 clones and plus the relink to...
No, it's the 5 rod.
Sure.
So...
Bluesy is going for a graveyard instead of droplets.
It's a play.
It's a play. It's... I mean, I guess Dempe could have a graveyard key, but it's not likely at this point. Like, we know how they get access to Cave 25, which is a lot of checks. Which
But hey,
then
something
will
to
lead
talk
to
about.
something that is a lot more checks.
But hey, it's something to talk about. We get 4 checks that nobody else does.
Yes. Well, we've seen 2 of them already, so there's 2 more. And both of... No. They have them. Like, there's just these 2 checks here. It's not that much.
Yeah.
Without the graphic.
But it gives us something to talk about while we wait to be able to talk about Octo RNG.
Sure, because everyone else is making their way to Octo. And like Henris is about to grab the cape here. Goldfish will take a bit longer to get there. Goldfish does already have the blue ball.
Okay.
Which doesn't really help that much. Like, sure, with the cape you just jump over, but it's a difference. Slight advantage. Not enough to.
Bluesy's also. What's here? Oh, the cliff chest.
Cliff chest, yes. There was nothing worth in Cave of Flames, unless you count the shield for Octoman. We know both shrubs don't have anything.
Yeah, Bluesy. So Bluesy's the only one who's going to be able to do Octomanette.
Yes,
if he knows it.
Gets around to going into droplets at some point here, instead of avoiding it, hoping for the cape elsewhere. The cape's in droplets, Bluesy. Just go there.
Like at this point, I don't know why Bluesy's checking. The cape is almost overwhelmingly locked by droplets, even if it wasn't on the Ruby path.
Well, even if it wasn't there, it's still the second Ruby path will have something for you that probably locks the cape, and at that point you don't put off Octo. Like if you've already gone to the second Ruby and Octo's an element, you just go to the red wall and do the given that they have the Gusher and Flippers, obviously. If they didn't, maybe your that changes, but so Shocky, about to activate the second lever here, will then be able to go to do Octo. Goldfish just in with Blue Chew. Henry's just about entering the slow part of the path to Octo, where there are no items.
Bluesy is on a mission.
I mean, Bluesy at least now made it to droplets as well, so
yeah.
He will.
I think Bluesy's mission is probably codenamed Banzalza.
That might very well happen. So yeah, now everyone's in droplets, and we have seen all of droplets except the items from Octo. I guess. I mean, they are a bit spread out, but we will see Shocky enter Octo.
Is Shocky basically probably the only person who hasn't last locationed this? I mean, I know Hendrix and Goldfish technically haven't because they have Graveyard and Cliff Chest, but
yeah, Shocky has definitely made this call a lot earlier than everyone else. Shocky hasn't gone to Cloudtops, hasn't gone to Cave of Flames. Doesn't have Kane, which is the one thing that he needs to find that the other runners already have. But it is in Lake if he just sticks around after Cave 25 and does those moves.
And with how thorough he's been,
that's not too unlikely. So that's a solid position to be in for Shocky. What else? Henry's now past the red warp, so it's going to enter Octo soon after Shocky. Probably right after Shocky gets done with Octo. No, Shocky is just entering, like, getting the second phase done with here, so...
Yeah.
Whereas Henris is now approaching the second level, so yeah, Henris will probably enter Octo right as Shocky's done. And then it will take a bit longer for Goldfish to get... I don't think we will have as close of a handover of Octo from Henris to Goldfish.
And 0 ink on Shocky. Time to summon Myth?
Nah. The point of the blue warp and droplets...
It's because it was handheld. They expected you to save and turn off the game.
Yeah,
after.
but like the blue warp is, if you keep
true.
going for a bit, you get to the entrance. I completely get Salvador's point. It's because you get the lantern after that, and you want to go back to the ice plane with the lantern. So that's what the blue warp is useful for in vanilla, I would say. Because you get past a few frozen chests on the way, and then you get the lantern, so now you want to go back.
We get our third spin.
Yeah, great spin there for Shocky, so... Is that Shocky's second spin only? I think that's Shocky's second spin.
Yeah, because the other one
because the other one's up on Krenel and would either need the cane or do the vanilla path of flames for that, and Shocky has done neither. So yeah, Henris is also now an Octo. And Goldfish is about to enter, like, just past the red warp here, so...
Yeah.
I think this is this is the third phase for Henris, so we'll be done with Octo before Goldfish gets there, but... Just...
Well, so even if he
assuming that he doesn't, like...
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first ink, even if he gets another ink, he's probably still out of Octo before Goldfish gets there. But that, if Henris gets a second ink cycle, that would be close. Nothing out of Cave 25 yet. We haven't Beanstalk yet left. If it's not here, where would it be?
I mean, there's only 2 options.
There's 2 more, like, Cape Block checks. Yeah, in town.
And I'm pretty sure Bluesy's last location is Cape. So, we know where everything else is.
Well, guess it's... Cape Locked in town then. Which is great for Shocky, because it means he will find his cane here. Like... There's no way you miss this cane if you don't find anything in Cave 3.
Yeah.
You just do those checks. Over the 2, like Cape's great, but more for convenience than for the checks it gives you here in this situation. So you just do the other checks, and turns out there's a cane for Shocky there, so that would be good. I guess Henris has ice plant checks left, yeah?
So... Bluesy getting his blue warp.
Yeah, Bluesy now at the blue warp is going to do the path to Octo afterwards. Shocky going to go to the cave that has his cane now. Goldfish on Octo. And none of them will really put off, like, Swiftblade or the Bell after finding the cave, right?
Yeah, I don't think that you... I mean, there's an argument for...
Well, Shocky might do a lot of cane checks before.
Yeah. But for Hindrance and Goldfish, there's an argument to do Graveyard, probably, but probably not Cliff Chests.
I mean, but if you go from Lake to Graveyard,
You
like,
do
at
town
least
all
you
the
go
way.
through town and check the bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might not do Swiftblade, but at least you go through town and check the bell, right?
Yeah.
So there's a 50-50 that they find whatever the next progression is right there. And if it's on Swiftblade, like, Swiftblade is still a fast check.
Yeah.
If you go through town, you probably do it.
But
Maybe this
Graveyard
is
is also not a long check. So Graveyard is also not a long check.
No, Graveyard isn't a long check, but then you will need to go there with the Graveyard key.
Yeah.
Where
but,
Swiftblade, you now have everything. You won't need to go back there later.
But I'm saying,
Which
like,
I think
even if
they have, like, pretty much all have done the first 3 checks of Swiftblade anyways, but even if you hadn't, it would be even more of an argument to go to Swiftblade. But
I guess that if they really wanted to, well, they don't have the ocarina. There's no point. So no, they're not going to go up to Cave of Flames to do the basement. I was going to say they might have an argument to do Cave of Flames and basement, but that would require they have
both town checks and crypt before doing that. I think.
Yeah. No, if they had the ocarina, then maybe.
If they had the ocarina, maybe, sure, but we have not seen an ocarina yet.
Ocarina as the non-dungeon item in DHC.
It has happened before. Oh, yeah, no, they don't have. We haven't seen a Graveyard key yet. Otherwise, Graveyard would be a great play for any of them to make. But no. The Graveyard key that they all picked up. Well, the item that looked like a Graveyard key that they all picked up quite early was indeed a trap.
Was it really that early? It was like 40 minutes in.
Was it 40 minutes in? Oh, was it on Cranny Beanstalk?
Yeah, it was Colonel Beanstalk.
Okay. I was thinking like South Hellfield Rubica or something. But yeah, no, it was Cranny Beanstalk, wasn't it? But it was still like a while ago.
So Dr. Shockey is only a little bit ahead of Hindrance at this point.
I mean, he's going to go into town here and now then find someone.
Yeah, but Hindrance is going to town right after this. So
yeah.
I want to say probably at most a 2-minute difference.
Not even a 2-minute difference, right?
Yeah. And that's going to be over... No, it's not. I mean...
did you see if
Hindrance also has
saved
not done Cloud
and
Tops.
reset to set up Octominute? Okay, even if he did, Grizzly's not doing Octominute. Let's put it that way. Octominute does not involve getting 4 rocks shot at you in the first phase.
Yeah, I was going to say Hindrance was going to overtake after... There it is!
So, Cloud of Skinstone. That was the bell, or...?
Yep.
Yeah. So... Time for Palace! If you find... if you get a Caster Kinstone in the Wind Tribe, what do you do?
I'm looking for 2 items. I would still do Palace.
Yeah, I think so. If you find a Graveyard key, do you dip out?
Yes, that's quick. I would probably dip out if I got a Graveyard key.
If you get a 4-sword, do you dip out?
No. Well, actually, probably. It's the...
Yeah, like,
no.
If you get a 4-sword, you probably... Is it worth it to save... go into Palace, save, leave Chick Garden there. That's something to consider in that situation.
Yeah. But yeah, no. But definitely, if it's the Caster Kinstone, I'm still full clearing Palace in this situation. And Hendrix is about to Wait, did Hendrix go to the bell?
No, Hendrix is checking ledge here. He has not picked up the Cloud
Wow.
Kinstone.
Okay. I still think Hendrix is going to overtake soon. Because I'm pretty sure because Hendrix has already
Palace
checked.
Is long enough, and that I would also guess that Hendrix has enough of an execution advantage to overtake Shocky and Palace.
Yeah. At the end of the seed, I know
Goldfish is also not that far behind. Goldfish might overtake Hendrix here. Because Goldfish just got that Cloud of Skinstone.
If he does, it's for a very short amount of time.
No, Hendrix is checking Graveyard.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas Goldfish is now going to Cloudtops, right?
Okay. If Hendrix had actually gotten his cape at this point, I wouldn't say Goldfish would be that far ahead, because Hendrix has checked Cloudtops. I don't think Goldfish has.
Oh, has he not? I mean, but... Okay, yeah. Full clear Cloudtops versus just doing... No, Goldfish has... Sorry, no. Goldfish just checked his Kinstone bag. He has 3 Cloudtops Kinstones. He has done 2 fusions. He has been to Cloudtops.
I don't remember seeing him go. Oh well.
I mean, I'm very... So, either Goldfish missed 2 Cloudtops Kinstones somewhere and has mistracked them as having them on his tracker, or he has done 2 fusions in Cloudtops. Which do you think is more likely? Shocky hasn't been to Cloudtops.
No.
So, Shocky is the one who is spending more time in Cloudtops here.
It's still a three-way.
I still expect Hendrix to overtake Shocky soon-ish.
Yeah.
So, maybe not. Maybe Hendrix is going back to Cave of Flames now. Okay, never mind that. Hendrix is not in the running. Hendrix is going back to Cave of Flames.
Hendrix! Oh, he saves coming.
Wait,
Forest now has nothing.
Saving at Cave...
Wait. Where are you going here? Why did you skip, Hendrix? Great Blade the first? Or Spirit Blade the first?
Okay, this might just be Spirit Blade the first, but yeah, he does have 7 scrolls. Okay. That makes sense, except why would you skip the bell? Oh.
Okay, that makes more sense as to why you would save scum there. Okay.
Yeah. For checking, like, I was thinking that he may be running to Tingle or something like that. That would be the other one of, like, where I would say, like, yeah, sure. Maybe he's also doing that now. Yeah. Like, this looks to me like a Tingle check.
Okay, so...
No, it's a town check. Okay.
Okay, so...
Okay. Hendrix is fine, he will pick up the Cloud of Skinstone here.
Okay, just a weird save scum setup.
That is a very, very weird save. Like, if you are in town, you're checking the bell, you can just run over back to Karena. If you didn't find out something there. But he was probably planning on going to Cave of Flames, then remembered, hey, I have Swift Blade the first time, hey, I have a few town checks. That Lantern equip looks like a Hendrix ledge to me, so... Yeah. He's now got this Cloud of Skinstone, is going to go up.
Yeah.
To Palace after this. Shocky doing the fusions. Goldfish already done with has just done the last fusion, so has overtaken Shocky here.
So I know Shocky probably feels very far behind. I wonder what he will say, what he'll think when we tell him that he's been in the lead for an hour and a half.
Yeah. I'm not sure he'll believe us. But yeah. So, Henry's messing around there for a bit does give Bluesy the chance to catch up to him. Realistically speaking. Like, Bluesy still needs to go back to town to grab that Kinstone that Henry just got, but he is now, like, Henry and Bluesy are now closer to each other than, like, Henry and Goldfish. Whereas before we were saying that Henry was ahead of Goldfish. Or, like, on Octo, Henry was ahead of Goldfish.
Yeah. So Goldfish...
Goldfish is in the lead right now.
Yeah. This is close.
There's the Caster Kinstone. There's the option to make a, like, call to just go to Fortress of Go Mode instead and Go Mode Palace. I don't know. Maybe there's something in Palace. We will see.
With 2 items,
it looks like Goldfish is going to go into Palace, which makes a lot of sense. Like,
I think
where it matters less.
Yeah, it's too likely that there's an item in each location, and your 2 items from Go Mode. So
yeah, it's also
I would
like
do both.
Cave of Flames can get a lot faster by being in Go Mode, more so than Palace can.
Mean Fortress?
What did I say?
Cave of Flames.
Did I say? Okay. Yes. The place where you need the Kremlin Kinstones to get to.
Go Mode Fortress can be faster, but it can also make almost 0 difference. It just depends on the technique.
Like, for Fortress, it varies more than for Palace. Palace, like, you probably avoid Pot Push, you probably avoid Fan Loop. And you do a bit fewer checks on the backside. Fortress, you might just do 1 check and get the big key and be done. It depends.
But at the same time, you could still completely full clear
you
Fortress.
You still might have the vanilla big key, and then Fortress doesn't get a lot faster in Go Mode.
In fact, it takes 0 difference in time.
That depends on whether you do left side. In the back.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. If you last location the big key in Fortress, it saves 0 time.
Yes.
Whereas Go Mode in Palace, you're kind of in this... it's a very consistent Go Mode.
Yeah, I think the second half still you save a lot of time by those checks. But it's not as much as all of Fortress.
Yeah.
And there's, like, Fan Loop and Pot Push do matter, and you would skip them in a Go Mode Palace in this spot. Because we just saw the big key.
Okay, it looks like Bluesy actually overtook Hendrix.
Well, they are neck and neck. But yes,
Yeah,
Bluesy is slightly ahead.
So this is very much a 4-way race right now.
Yeah. Like, Shocky and Goldfish are definitely ahead of Bluesy and Hendrix, but it's not insurmountable. If either of Hendrix or Bluesy makes the call and goes to Cave of Flame, Fortress, why do I keep doing that? Anyways, if either of those makes the play and goes to Fortress, that could change things. If they don't, Execution can still change things. But
it would take both Execution and Body RNG, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
But it is within range. It is definitely within range.
Yes, like, this is still... That could also be something like, do you go left side or right side first in Fortress? Or something like that. Or keys in DHC. All of those things. Like, there's still a lot of things that can matter. So, Bluesy also going to enter Palace. Looks like Hendrix is making the same call. So we just have everyone full clearing Palace. Which is good for Goldfish and Shocky, I guess. But it's also the more, like, obvious call to make.
Yeah. I think we could have guessed that Hendrix was going to go to Palace because he rushes Palace.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know anyone who would like rush Fortress in this spot. It's just Palace is the safer play.
I would probably be rushing Fortress if I was 1 item from Go Mode, but not 2.
I would most strongly consider it if I had no creep.
But but that's specifically. Well, it's not that bad. You have the Wintry Warp.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm not saying that is like bad to get back to Palace, which is why we like if it was like if you had to climb Way Falls again or something to get back to Palace, then we would never have considered it play. Like in that situation, you just go to Palace. There's no way you leave and go to Fortress if it was that slow. But
but with Ocarina, the time difference.
With Ocarina, it's also easier to get out of. It's like you don't need to go and go down through the warp. You just float away from the top. I think that's more of a difference that Ocarina makes than going back to Palace, actually. In this kind of situation.
Yeah. But so, regardless, and with 2 items from Go Mode, you don't bail Palace right now.
No.
The argument
it would
doesn't
be
become...
like I'm feeling behind and I want to gamble play. Which,
yeah,
with the way the seed has gone, any of these runners might have made.
Yeah. But if it's definitely a call that I wouldn't make until I was 1 item from Go Mode. Then I'd consider bailing.
I don't like... I still like the call with like 2 items from Go, but
I
want to see a graveyard key somewhere before the red warp and someone to get that and warp out and come back after. I don't think.
Oh yeah, if you find progression before red warp, I think you do bail at that point.
Do you? It depends how early it is. Like, before Blue Warp, I would agree.
Oh yeah, Blue Warp.
Like, if the graveyard key's on the vanilla big key chest here, I think Goldfish gets the Blue Warp and leaves.
Yeah.
Because that's the part of Palace where you still save time from Gold. I think once you have the red warp, it's just, like, like 3 checks that you would skip by being in Go mode?
Yeah,
that's not worth
I was thinking of Blue Warp, not Red Warp.
Yeah, no. Like, specifically this check for Goldfish and... maybe like the big chest in the dark room, and anything further than that, you just keep going.
Yeah.
Oh. Now have both map and compass in Palace. Well, Goldfish does.
Yeah.
No one else has either yet. But... so there are 3 more keys that Goldfish is looking for. Among how many items are there here? Like checks. There's this while the roll is just here. There's dark small chest. Has he done that?
The one on the ledge, he did.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a key. So 2 more keys. There's the twin wrist ropes, fire burst ropes. We've seen the hard piece, I don't remember what it was. There's the one where he's like behind the switch. Okay, freestanding is a key, so 1 more unknown key. And like 7 items before Georg. If I didn't miss any.
There it is.
There's the key, so one more key on the heart piece.
Everything else in here is
everything
an
else
item.
is an item, and I think that's 7 checks before Georg. And then 1 on Georg. So 8 more checks for something, otherwise... Well, there's all of Portrait of Combat, so... Hey, there's a graveyard key! 6 more checks to just hit go mode. Otherwise... I mean, at this point, it's like you go graveyard, you then go fortress, and...
Yeah. It's not directly on the way.
Once you find the 4th sword, you are done. Like,
yeah, it's not directly on the way, but yeah, you do fortress before... Or graveyard before fortress.
Yes. Like, it's just... way less
You have too much time to save in fortress over graveyard. But all 4 of our runners are in Palace. All 4 of our runners were in droplets at the same time.
Yeah, we haven't, like... There hasn't been that much, like, route divergence. Sure, they've done different things. Like...
Well, no, there was a lot of route divergence. It's just now finally all converged.
I mean, sure, yeah. Like,
3 of our 4 runners are basically on the last location. So, it's not really that surprising.
I mean, no, like, everyone but Bluesy has Cave of Flames left, at least partially.
Shocky's the only one who hasn't even touched Cave of Flames.
Yes. Bluesy is the only one
Oh, Shocky! So, Goldfish definitely has the unabashed lead now. That fall just put Bluesy ahead of Shocky, I think.
Yeah? Yeah. I guess. Just barely. Like,
yeah.
Shocky doesn't have to go through the, like, Flying Barbarossa room there again, he can just walk through here, so... I think Shocky is still ahead, because he doesn't have checks, because Bluesy still have checks left on this part. Like, Shocky is now back ahead of Bluesy.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of seconds rather than like half a minute that it was before. And that kind of thing changes it. Okay, now Bluesy is ahead.
Oh, Shocky, he got comboed.
Bluesy? Don't want to do that. Okay. Bluesy manages to not fall down after getting set on fire.
But I'm still going to call Hindress and Goldfish basically a last location because you do never go back to Cave of Flames in any of this situation that they're going to be in.
No, I mean, they won't go back to Cave of Flames, but they could have. But yeah, it's... For the like checks that they will still do, they are in the same situation, all the 4 runners. They will go to Royal Crypt, they will go to Fortress, and because Bluesy has done everything else, we know that they will find the 4 swords somewhere in those 2, or in DHC. And, like, you do DHC before going back to Cave of Flames. So, yeah. Like, in terms of what checks they have left, they are effectively in exactly the same situation. Because the checks that they will do first will have the items, the item that they need. Anyways, we have Goldfish on Georg. We have Bluesy just clearing up a few of the last checks. Same on Henry's side. I'm just now getting close to overtaking Shocky.
Yeah.
Wait. Did Shocky overtake Bluesy? Okay, they are neck and neck, but...
Oh.
Okay, Bluesy's back in the lead between those two. Usually we can't have these kinds of close comparisons in Randall because one does done different stuff, but here it just doesn't matter, so...
We are looking for just the 4-sword.
Yeah,
Not really
it is
worth
just
it.
the 4-sword for go mode. I guess if Hayden is around, we might get a bet for that. Although...
Nah, I wouldn't say a bet. There's too few.
No, bet on specific checks. Like, sure, it's either in Graveyard or Fortress. We know that. Tell us which chest. Like, don't bet Fortress. That's... bet a specific check. Oh yeah, we could find the book leading to a 4-sword, or the Ocarina, like...
Yeah.
The book would also require the Ocarina. Like, sure, there's Ocarina log checks. I think that's it, though.
So... I mean, I guess it could also still be in DHC.
Yes, there is one check in DHC effectively. I forgot the name. What's the name of that pink ghost?
I forget, too. Where do we want to say it is?
Well, I know where I bet it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Gina. Okay, thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Crypt is also effectively one chest. But if you want to be that specific and risk that being a key, sure. Yeah, Zauza, I don't think I played this game in German though, so that doesn't really matter.
I know I haven't played this game in German.
Well, okay. I wouldn't expect you to have. Maybe people would have expected me to have played it in German. Yeah, second. That's the third blue book right there for Goldfish. I am German. Yes, that doesn't matter that I've played this game in German, does it?
There's our second
it's the second shield.
Goldfish doesn't know that it's the second shield, but...
No, it's Goldfish's first shield, but...
There's probably one more check that Goldfish is going to do along the way, if 4-sword's not here. I don't think it goes back
If
up.
you set it to German, sure, maybe it does. I guess I've played a random language seed before. No, traps can't look like keys. Because what a trap looks like wouldn't be depending on the position it's in, so you would then suddenly get an overworld key in non-vicinity? That's a trap? Like, that's... what traps can look like does not depend on whether it's vicinity as rendo. It could, probably, but it doesn't. Like, I don't think it would be hard to make it so that traps could look like keys in vicinity. It just hasn't been done.
It hasn't been worth the effort.
It's not
compared
effort,
to everything
it's
else.
It's not been something that...
Compared to everything else that needs to be done still.
Yeah, we do kind of need to go and rename everything. When I say everything, I mean everything in this game for new logic. I think that's the next step. Name everything. But then once we have named everything, we might get entrance random. Well, okay, if we also then get the whole new logic done, but...
And Hendrix has now also overtaken Shocky.
Yes.
Now
I think it's 3 elements.
Yeah, I think we're far enough to say that it is Goldfish's race to lose.
No, it still depends on like when do you do quick warp caves? How do you route fortress? All of those things still make enough of a difference for Goldfish lead to just disappear or like get bigger.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think that
is not in that situation yet where if he doesn't make any mistakes, he is secure to win. Let's not. The lead is not big enough for that. Royal Crypt is fast, especially.
Although
since
I don't think that you save Scum if you don't find Force Sword in a fortress. I don't think you save Scum leave at this point, because then you're going to DHC. And you're not going to save Scum away to DHC.
Goldfish here will do Fortress and will full, but like...
Yeah.
Like, these checks on the way that he's doing that Hendrix and Bluesy have done already also, like, reduce the lead a bit. Like, I'm not saying Goldfish doesn't have a lead, and Goldfish will probably find the Force Sword first, but it depends. And could change with something like, do you do the Runes Beanstalk on the way, or do you do it after having entered Fortress with a Quick Warp? And when do you do Quick Warp caves? And in Fortress, like, do you do left side first or right side first? All of those things are still decisions to be made and could either pay off or not pay off. And none of them are huge decisions, but Goldfish also doesn't have a huge lead. Where's Bluesy going?
Oh, he hasn't checked Grandblade yet.
Okay. I guess, yeah. Sure.
He did Cliff Chest before Grandblade?
Yeah. I guess.
He did everything he could to avoid the cape and droplets, but he skipped Grimblade.
Don't question it. Hey, we found an ocarina! In the scenario where you just left Palace to Rush Fortress, you leave here and check the 2 ocarina lock checks, right? 3, sorry. Not in this scenario, but in the scenario where you put off Palace in the hopes of getting Go Mode, which we know wouldn't have paid off.
I mean, Fourth Sword is most likely in Fortress at this point, but
I mean, it's either in Wind Runes or in Fortress, right? Or okay, there are 3 Ocarina Lock checks that we have.
Wait, we've never checked. That's right, we never checked Scarblade.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Because Bluesy, Hindrance, and Goldfish all did this before Red Sword.
Scarblade is in Kester.
Oh,
you mean Greyblade?
Yeah, Greyblade.
Scarblade is in Kester. I'm pretty sure we've seen Scarblade. Greyblade? Okay, maybe not. I don't know.
And so none of our runners had Red Sword when they were over here. So that was our first check.
And okay, Henry's is sharing the scrub, yes. Bluesy do the scrub before.
Yeah, Bluesy did this.
Bluesy's back ahead between the two of them.
Bluesy did the scrub after getting the shield and Cave of Flames.
Yeah. So all of Henry's, Bluesy, and Shocky are very close here. And Goldfish is just a bit ahead.
Yeah.
But Henry's has already done Swift in the first, so now he's... Oh. This is too close.
Yeah, this is a nice weekly.
It's just a very linear seed, right?
No, it was very open for the first 3 quarters, and now it's very linear at the end.
I mean, yeah, sure, it was a bit open, but like in terms of I don't know. It wasn't that open, was it? Like you had to go a lot of places before Western Worlds, sure. But both,
I mean,
like,
we had access to
place that you had access to a lot that you didn't need to go to was Cave of Flames, kind of.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you needed to go to the back of Deep, but you need like. If the seat's open by forcing you to go everywhere, that's still kind of linear, right?
Oh wait, no, it was only so open because you could sequence break Veil Falls. That's what created
the sequence
the
break for Veil
opportunity.
Falls didn't matter. It was a bottle.
But no, that's what allowed everybody to go to a bunch of different places at the same time because of the bottle there.
Sure, but that's just like otherwise you would have had to dip droplets for the bottle.
Yeah. Hey, there's a trap shield.
Yeah, there's a third shield, which Goldfish didn't know is the third shield, so let's pick up. Hey, there's a second set of helmets. Yeah, speaking of things like a third shield, of a sixth sword, stuff like that, will be a thing in next week's variety race. Because we are going to be running figurine hunt with plentiful items. Which is not a thing in the default logic, but who cares?
So this is the one room that
Light arrows could speed up and Goldfish didn't use them.
And there's our fourth sword.
But it's the fourth sword! So, if anyone bets Fortress Igor kill, that's the fourth sword.
We
if
are
not,
still looking for...
Yeah, Goldfish is looking for the wiki here, but... I wouldn't worry about it, so like... It's not like we know how many traps are in a usual seed, so it wouldn't tell us anything.
So we get to clear out this bed, and we still get our
Yes, once
Death
Goldfish
Meal.
gets the element, we will get a DHC.
Yeah.
But-
Unlike the last Tourney Seed where we didn't get the Death Meal.
Unlike if the Force Sword was in DHC or something, we actually do get the DHC bed today. Yes. Since we did get access to elements very late this seed.
I want to say that there's always quite a few traps, Zelda. We just don't normally get to see all of them because we don't normally
we just
clear
full cleared the seeds. Like, obviously, you see more traps if you clear more checks. I don't think we had that many unusually many traps. So, I don't think anyone did, but I'm sure Hayden can confirm it.
Yeah. Bluesy did bail on Fortress at first, so Bluesy fell behind. So that put Shocky back in third.
Wait, what? Bluesy took that ocarina to check those, I guess? I mean, I don't hate this play. It's like, you have 3 checks that you are leaving for, and you just got the ocarina to get back to where you were really quickly.
Yeah. The key is that the
Like, if
ocarina
it was
early.
on one of these checks, you just got out of full clearing Fortress. Granted, I would probably continue on to Fortress, beat Mazal, and if I still don't have the Force Sword at that point, save Scum and do it. Because you will need to go to Fortress to get the element anyways. And any check that you do on the way to the big key there is free.
And there it is.
There's the big key.
So that was towards the back. Nobody's doing the back first.
That is in the back, so yeah, that's why you would go to Fortress first, because you get the Force Sword on the way to the big key here. So, Goldfish is now going for the boss that will give him his final element. Which means afterwards we're going to see DHC. And in DHC there are 9 checks, one of which is the big key that is really all they need. They also need a small key, but one of those is guaranteed to be in the first 4 checks. So, once Hayden gets around to setting the bot up for that, the bot will tell you to bet on which check will have that big key in DHC by just a number of checks that the first player into DHC, which will be Goldfish, will take to find it.
Well,
I hope Hayden is wrong.
It's almost assuredly Goldfish.
Yes, if it's not Goldfish, then something went very wrong. Like, if Goldfish emulator crashes right now, then he won't enter DHC first. Short of that kind of thing, let's just say that I would be very surprised if Goldfish doesn't enter DHC first. Smoky on Mazar, so you wouldn't even do the left side first or anything back because of key logic, if you pay attention.
So you weren't full clearing Fortress?
No. Yeah, I did do that. But apparently Hayden has fallen asleep. We were very surprised when he was awake at this time earlier, so I guess he's making up for it.
But, we'll figure something. Well, I know you always go with 8, iBot.
I do always bet 8. Yes.
I tend to
bet 7, so we got 7 other numbers, 1 through 6 and 9 to go.
Yeah. I usually bet 7.
Well, 7's already
probably same reason as you. It feels like 7 and 8 are the most likely to be vanilla.
Yeah, it's like... like 9 also happens quite often, I think. But... yeah. Yeah, the thing is, even if you have the spoiler log, that might not tell you which number it is with a perfect accuracy. Sure, it does help, but... So, Hendris did the left side with a save scum? Found the last book? Why would you do that? There's no reason to save scum there. Like... what do you gain from save scumming? What? Endless. Just stay in logic at that point. You're just looking for the big key. Like, I guess sure, if the right side has the keys and then you go to the left side and... but... I don't know. Like, there's no reason to save scum there. Key logic will make sure that you can still get the big key. We'll have to ask Hendris after that.
Okay.
Sure, if Hendris did that save scum with the intention of confusing me, then he did succeed as his goal. I doubt that was what Hendris was going for. It's much more likely that that save scum was a symptom of Hendris' confusion about something than the intention to make comms confused. So we're now seeing our first check in DHC, which is the king, which is Smoky.
So don't know if Goldfish is wasting time.
Yeah, that's the... like, if the big key is vanilla, then you needed to do that. If not, then it was a waste of time, but who knows? I'll never skip king. I never did the math to find out.
Well, if the
big key is there, then it's not a whole lot of time that you wasted. It might not have been any. It then depends on whether
what the clone's chest is.
Smoky. But
yeah,
like the time difference there isn't a lot. So yeah, nice DHC.
Why can't I get this during any of my tournament matches?
Because you have let like Hendris roll for and Hayden and Myth and all of that.
That only happened for 3 seeds for me. It was you and Nori who rolled most of my seeds.
Oh, right. It's also because you're cursed and bomb bags never appear in seeds. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a big reason why I won the last match against Dark Horse. Is Dark Horse triple did that entire north section going around without bomb bag. That wasted quite a good chunk of time.
Did we have a seed with green show duck bombs?
Yes.
Was that? Yeah.
They were both. We had two of them. They were both my seed. Me versus Nesmin, where the first bomb bag was in Goldfish Caves. And then me versus Dark Horse, the last one, bombs were lamp locked, and lamp was on green shoe.
Right. I think that was mine, wasn't it? Like, I think
that was the Tresnori seed.
Oh, right, that was the Tresnori seed, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. But yes, it's something about you say seeds that you play and bomb bags that.
Yeah. Let's see here. I can do. Yeah, I definitely have the cursed bomb bags. You did roll a cursed bomb bag seed. That was the Go Mode bomb bag with me versus Shocky.
Yes. I don't know how you got Go Mode bomb bag in that seed, but yes, that was mine. That was good.
My first seed had the bomb bag and bombless Krenel.
I mean, was it like lower Krenel with cape or Gustra, or was it like
lower Krenel with cape?
Okay.
But the cape was also in droplets. Second rupee path.
Second rupee path. Okay, yeah, no, that's pretty bad. Anyways, Goldfish is on to the gauntlet.
Goldfish is likely one.
Goldfish, now it's Goldfish's game to lose, yes.
Yeah.
After that DHC Big Key, it was like, now Goldfish would need to make some pretty big mistake to allow Hendris to catch up. I guess Hendris is the next one here. And then Shocky before Bluesy? I'm surprised.
Well...
Oh no,
Shocky,
wait, no, Bluesy checked the Ocarina spots. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's why Shocky is ahead of Bluesy. Yes. Sorry.
Combined with Shocky skipping all of Krenel. Or all of Cave of Flames.
Yeah. And I guess Shocky is this close to Hendris because Hendris checked the left side in the back of Fortress.
Yeah.
And Goldfish did none of that, so has a pretty decent lead now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think Hendris will reach Vati before Goldfish is done with Vati 3? Like, that's the kind of...
Yeah, I think he'll be able to reach Vati 1. With that big key location, this is only going to be a 2 to 3 minute DHC.
Yeah, I guess. It's still, like, the tornado section isn't that fast.
No, but...
But it's just, yeah.
Especially if Goldfish keeps missing the the eyeball.
I mean, you can't miss, like, I don't think you can miss the eye for that long on Vati 2. Goldfish does have more of a lead than that.
Yeah.
Like, it's the kind of lead where you could 5-cycle Vati 2 and still be. Not that I think Goldfish will 5-cycle Vati 2 here.
Yeah. Bluesy skipped king, so he had to set the quick warp. So this is more help to Shocky.
Yeah. I guess we will find out if the clone chest is also a key here.
Yeah.
Because in that case, I don't think it matters that you skip the king. Or it doesn't lose you time at least.
Hold on, I need to mute myself again.
So, if Bluesy finds a small key here, that might still be faster than checking the king. I'm not sure. I have no idea if that's faster this way or checking the king. It's probably faster this way. But I'm not sure how far ahead or behind, what the time difference between Bluesy and Shocky was before. Either way, both of them are we have Goldfish on Vati 3, and Hendrix won't reach Vati before that point. Hendrix won't reach the Dark Pass before Goldfish done here. Goldfish just needs to get one more round of tennis done here and will be finished with the siege. So that's the last hit for Goldfish. We see if they will join us for an interview. Don't have that open. And now is the point where I can't drag people into this channel. Well, shit.
We just lost restream.
Wait, we did?
Or is it just my thing being... Okay, nope, it's my internet being silly. Okay.
No, I heard a Discord join or and but...
Well, that's because I unmuted.
Oh. No, I don't think muting does make that noise, but whatever. GG's Goldfish!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, turns out comms can't drag people into this commentary channel. Oh. For some reason.
Yeah. GG Goldfish.
So... How do you like the seed?
Wasn't terrible. Kind of go all over the place, but...
Yeah, there is not a lot of the seed that we didn't see.
I mean, all I had left was assorted town checks in the back end of Cave of Flames.
Yeah, and
I think the only thing we didn't see the seed between all four of you was...
Yelari?
I want to say... Yeah, there's... Okay, we just didn't see
Yelari
the back of
and, the 2 checks in Fortress after the big key.
Fair.
We have seen the left side of Fortress back, which had the last book, We have seen
Oh,
the
that's where the other bug was.
non-booklog checks behind the ocarina. Like, we have seen, I think, everything.
Wait, someone went left side before right side?
Yep, Henris did.
Hmm.
Did a save scum and
that's boss
everything.
locked.
Yes! I will ask Henris why he did that once he joins us.
No, like, normally I go left side, but when I'm just looking for big key and I didn't have 4 keys, I'm going right side. Because that could just be boss locked, which it was.
Exactly. Which, turns out, completely the right play. Yeah, like... How did the seed go for you? I guess you did have some trouble at the start finding that first sword?
First sword, I mean, it took a little bit, it wasn't bad. It was the progression after the first sword that took a while. I never went to town digging until after doing Cave of Flames.
Oh yeah. That was also... Did you dip...
But hey, it got me the spin
Yeah,
scroll.
you also dipped deep wood before that point, didn't you?
Yes, that's how I was able to do Vanilla Path, as I got the light arrows.
The light
from Deep
arrows.
Wood.
Yes. We did hope for a while that light arrows were required, and then some of the gust shine. Guess not.
Well, it wasn't the gust jar, it was the cane.
Well, the gust jar meant that vanilla that light arrows weren't required. And then, yeah,
Okay.
like
And then the
obviously
cane made it
finding
not
nothing in
required.
Cave of Flames meant that
There's
vanilla
a spin
path was
scroll.
Sure, but there was also a spin scroll on Grieger.
Was that what he was?
The Randall
you never
spin scroll
get
was the
the
first
spin
spin scroll
from
we
Green?
found.
No, I got him. It was just a matter like
Okay.
I felt like I didn't have an upgraded spin until I got the scroll from Graveyard.
No,
Like I thought I got a
pretty
scroll
sure
that I
Grieger
didn't
gave
have
you a
tracked.
fast spin.
Well, I think that's because his second spin turned into fast charge.
No, it was fast.
No, but it didn't feel like
spin.
my spin was charging fast. I felt like I had a slow charge and a slow split, so I was very confused. But I thought
Maybe
I had a
you're
scroll
just
sitting
too
around.
used to fast spin. So you don't even notice when you have it.
Yeah. No, it's weird because I didn't notice having fast spin, but then when I got fast split from Graveyard, it's like I feel like I have fast spin and fast split now. What happened?
Yeah, that's not how spins work in this game.
No, I was very confused.
Saki is probably going to be very surprised to learn that he was probably in the lead for the majority of the seed.
Yeah, it was like you did Vanilla Path to Cave of Flames, Henris did Vanilla Path to Cave of Flames, Bluesy full cleared Cave of Flames, but after finding Kane, so Shocky never touched Cave of Flames. And I think that's the only area that you could really avoid the seed. So that put him ahead for a long while in the seed.
Okay.
But then, like, towards the end, it was just execution playing out, and like Henris doing like the left side and fought Cave of Flames first and stuff like that. That just added up. Like Henris avoided the Cloudtop skin stone in town for a while after finding the cape. That, like, otherwise you two would have been closer, and
I think Henris was actually
Bluesy
ahead
did,
until
but
he
it
did
was
that.
just, yeah, like I think Henris was ahead of you on tour, but then you got the Kinstone in town first, and so we did see Henris just get done on stream, and Bluesy is about to. That's that. Finishing Vati off with a spin attack for style.
I can respect it.
Yeah, style is important. So, Henris did say he would join us here in a moment, and there he is.
There we go. Hello.
Hello,
GG.
GG's Hendris.
That was fun. A few more. So I either got cursed or I got stolen rupees by the ghost.
Yep.
Yeah. On the bright side,
Yeah, that happened a few times.
I noticed that at least the trap ghost, that one also gets influenced by the gust jar if you try to suck it in.
Wait, it does?
At least it at least made.
I will say the thing that cost you the race, Andrus.
The
The thing
Probably
that cost you
Cloudtops?
the race.
probably Cloudtops.
No, it was you were actually
Yeah,
ahead
the last
until
part of Kinstone, like...
Palace Concern. Where was that one?
yeah, you did
town.
the town bell.
The bell.
You-
Yeah.
You
Oh,
did
well.
you did Cave of Flames. You circled it around. Did Balefall's Cliff Chest. You dipped into Corental to set a save scum. Then you went to Swiftblade the First. Then you went to town.
Yeah, I think if I.
Yeah, you were ahead as of beating Octo.
Oh well, that happens.
But yeah, it was a very close race overall. Like, we now have all people on restream done, with Shocky just finishing, so...
Hooray! GG's.
Speaking of Octo, those shield placements or shield placement was garbage.
The other is deep in Cave of Flames.
Yeah.
The other was in Cave of Flames.
I would have gotten that as either.
Again, garbage.
I do have to mention I got the York eye glitch twice, and I found that.
Oh, nice.
All right, so
Yeah, GG's Bluesy. How do
Was
you like
I
the
the-
seat?
was I the only one who full cleared Cave of Flames?
On the
Yeah.
restream at least.
I didn't have Kane
But
when I went in. And...
at least
Yeah,
you
same.
didn't do the vanilla path,
That happened twice.
which both Goldfish and Henris did.
But I only
I-
did it once.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, why would you do
York
it twice?
eye glitch twice.
Shocky
why
was
would
the
you
only
even do
one
it
on
once?
restream where the
Just
Colonel
right,
Beanstalk
so-
was his red sword, so he never touched
Yeah,
Cave of
GG's
Flames.
Bluesy.
Huh.
Was I
Speaking
the,
of Shocky,
was I the
GG's.
only one who full
Hello,
cleared
GG's.
Cave of Flames?
On the
Yeah,
restream at
Sped
least.
my body.
I didn't have Kane
But
when I went in. And...
at least
Yeah,
you
same.
didn't do
My
the
match
vanilla
was actually
path.
nice. I mentioned
I had a
the
very
last...
good body overall.
That happened
Yeah,
twice.
same.
Which
I got
both
the
Goldfish
last,
and Henris did.
you know, the last iron covering of Vati 2 without even
I mean,
looking.
yeah,
That
why
was
would you
nice.
do it twice?
So Vati was off screen and I got it.
My second hit on body 2, he decided to go right next to the wall, so that when I broke his eyes, it broke my clones, and I couldn't get the cycle.
Oh.
GG's.
Rip.
Hello, GG's.
I probably should have great spin that actually. That would have helped. So you could get a lot done in this seed if you dipped Deepwood early, because the torch chest was a small key.
Yeah, I did it. I got the
Well,
bow.
the thing is that
Well,
you
no,
needed the Gust Jar. The
No, you just
green
needed
sword was
bombs.
Gust Jar lock.
So
It was bomb lock.
No, it
My
was
second
Gust Jar
hit
lock.
on body 2,
No, it was
he
Gust Jar
decided to
lock.
go right next to the wall, so that when
Where
I
was the
broke
bow
his
again?
eyes,
I got the
it broke
bow
clones,
on my
and I
first
couldn't
trip,
get the
I
cycle.
think.
It was left side.
You got a
Deepwood.
bow in, yeah,
I probably
that's
should have great spin
the
that,
left side
actually.
big
That
chest.
would've helped.
Yeah, either left side. Yeah, left side
So
big chest.
you
That
could
wasn't
get a
bomb
lot
blocked.
done in this seed if you dipped Deepwood early, because the
Well,
torch
it
chest
was
a
kind of bomb
small
blocked
key.
since I went through Bellary, but I did it. I got the
Well,
Well, yeah.
you
You
Had to
do
go in there
Eastern
a
Hills
different way.
first and get your bomb
Gust
bag.
Jar lock.
yeah.
It was bomb lock. That's like the only
it's
good
Gust Jar
play I
lock.
made this seed as far as routing went, is doing Eastern Hills before Minish Loop.
I'm
Same.
mad at last location
It was
droplets
left side.
You got a
for
bow
the
in, yeah,
first
that's
time when I went to go get my
left side big
bottle.
chest.
I got the Cloudtops bottle out of Logic first.
I think that was my second bottle.
That was my second one.
My first bottle
I don't
was.
think I had the quad tops.
Yeah, actually, Shocky, you were ahead.
Well, yeah. You do
Had to
Eastern
go in
Hills
there a
first and
different
get your bomb bag.
Yeah.
That's like
I
the
thought you
only
ignored that.
good
You
play
just
I
said I was
made this
ahead,
seed
and
as
then
far
you
as
stopped.
routing
You
went,
were
is
ahead for
doing
a
Eastern
very
Hills
long
before
time,
Minish
so
Loop.
like
Uh,
right until
I'm
like
mad at last
the
location
back
droplets
part of.
for the,
No, he was ahead. He was at. Shocky
I
was
got the
ahead
Cloudtops
up
bottle out of
until
Logic
he.
I think that
Up
was.
until after
That was the second
Octo.
one. I was-
Yes, he was actually ahead through droplets, but then he did the extra checks with the cane that allowed Hendrix to overtake.
Ah, okay.
Hmm?
Yeah, all in all, pretty close.
looking for stuff still.
You were ahead
give the
for
seed
a
a
very
8 out of
long
10.
time, so
Not enough
like,
traps.
right until like
Also,
I give it like a week
Yeah.
5.
I think
No,
we had like
he was
3
ahead,
trap blue
Chalky
books,
was
if
ahead
I saw it
up
correctly.
Yeah,
until
why were there so
the-
many trapped blue
up
books?
until after
There was the one on hiking, there was the
He actually had
butterfly
some
and Royal
droplets, but then
Crypt.
he did the extra checks.
I think there was
afterwards
another
with the
one,
key,
wasn't
that
there?
Mr. Silver
But
did.
the real one,
There's a lot.
wherever that was.
Hiking,
Hiking wasn't
I don't
the real
remember
one.
what
The
it
real
No,
one was
hiking.
the...
Neither.
Hiking
Like
was
the 2 you said were both traps.
Yeah,
Give the
they were
seeds
both
a
traps.
8 out of 10.
The
And
real one was like
the
early.
real one was earlier than both of those.
I give
Which-
I didn't bother to check which books I got.
Yeah, a lot of you
Look.
picked up the trap and
Look.
hiking, even though you already had a blue.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
double check.
To be fair,
I knew I had 2. I didn't know what to do.
to be fair, I just picked up every trap I could just to see how many jinx I got. I even picked up the mids in Fortress.
Yeah.
I accidentally picked up the mitts in Fortress.
Nah, I got all of
No,
them.
I skipped that one.
You know, catch them all.
Yes. Well,
So
we
I'm
did.
guessing I was also the only one to do cloud tops out of logic.
Nope.
Oh, I did it.
well.
No, I think most of you did get us out of logic.
Well, I was definitely
wait,
the only
no.
one to do that without doing droplets because I got my first bottle in cloud tops and I thought, nice. And
Yeah, I went up there.
Yes,
It's like I have
that-
2 kinstones. I'm not even going to bother save scum. We got the once butterfly out of it. It's like great. I'll take that.
Yeah, to be fair, I probably did like a dozen save scums.
I did so many save scums also.
I
There were a
should've
lot of
done
good
more.
save scums you could do.
I should have done more save scums, but I didn't.
Also, what a place
Hendrix
for that
did
cave.
too many save scums.
The last save scum I did was after I entered Fortress, I saved and then I did all the ocarina checks and then I
No, I didn't do that.
reset.
The
didn't
last
do
save
that?
scum I did was I save scummed away the back left side of Fortress.
Yeah, you got rid of the last book.
Yeah.
Why did you save scum there?
Because of the keys.
But key logic makes sure that you don't need, like, you can do that and you will still be fine to find the big key. What were you
Yeah.
like? What
I-
scenario did that save scum help you in?
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Like, never mind the fact that you went out of logic to do the left side. The save scum really didn't make sense.
It made sense to me, and that is all that counts.
Like, if you had kept that and went and done Yelari, I would have respected that. No. Yes, I know he was in go mode.
Yeah, you know how you know how it goes.
But yes, Zavazar did ask whether you want to ban him.
Nah,
No.
you're not
Yeah,
getting
The other
bad
two
points
runners
this easily,
might,
Zabza.
but No, you're not going to get ban points for that. Cape was in a bad spot, but I didn't have to go into Cave of Flames at all or anything like that, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have
I-
to, did you?
I mean, I've seen Cape in that Ruby path a lot of times, but it's
Yeah.
been a while since I've last seen it. It's forgot that it could be in that spot.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was laughing so hard when I got the cape, and then I got cursed. I couldn't do anything. Then
I think
Okay.
that- I think that trap was a key for me. So keys, the bats.
Okay, I got that trap and it spawned a curse bubble, but for some reason I dodged it.
Yeah, yeah. The traps
Was it-
spawn curses that you
Lucy,
can
was it
dodge.
you who dodged the bubble in Swiftblade for like
Yeah.
ever?
I dodged that Swiftblade bubble.
I did not.
Yeah, that was
Swiftblade
pretty
spawned
great
a
to
bubble for
watch.
me, and I was just like, okay, gotta avoid it.
Well, more like it just kept going through you, but you were in a cutscene, so it didn't
Yeah.
matter.
There was
You
another.
can't touch me.
There was another cutscene bubble. Was it Andrew?
I don't think.
No,
Yeah, Anju had a trap.
Yeah.
Trap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After I
missed
fell
that.
Oh, yeah.
chickens 2 times over like a dingus.
Oh yeah, the bubble like went into her chicken pen, and I felt bad.
That's what happened to me.
I am actually going to give a ban point because this seed rubbed me the wrong way because it made me think that doing Baron Cave of Flames was a good idea.
You got a shield for Octomanip. Granted, you didn't do Octomanip, but
Okay, that's like a 40-second time save at best.
More than that.
I
Didn't you
got
get
one.
a
I had about
Yeah, I got
had
a
one
2
ink and about 4 charges. So
I didn't pay attention to the charges.
I had 2
got
inks,
the-
0 charges.
Got the perfect RNG, and I had to use.
oh,
sword
2
for it.
inks. Then that's over a minute time save. If you
Yeah.
have a shield.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I
But that's
did
not
all of Cave of Flames.
getting out of Cave of Flames.
Yeah, but not
And
for Cave of
also-
Flames.
And also, I did the 2 scrub checks, which were also barren, which was another.
I was waiting
most-
for Ocarina to go back to do Grey Blade or anything like that.
But everyone else did at least one of the scrubs on the way from Royal Crypt to Fortress, so
Yeah.
like, sure you did both scrub checks then, but like Henris went to Greyblade then. Did you also do the other scrub then?
Yes, I think I did the
Yeah,
scrub
so-
first, then Greyblade, and then the next scrub. Since I
So,
came from Graveyard.
like, the shield in Royal Crypt still gave you access to the scrubs.
Yeah.
And you were still looking
Yep.
for it.
But yeah, this
It
could have
was-
gone worse.
Oh yeah.
It was an interesting scene to watch because you all were always in different places at any given time, and then all of a sudden you were all in Jobless at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And
probably
then you were all in
different.
Fortress. You were
Yeah.
all in Palace.
You had
You
Divergent
mean
until
eventually when
Jobless,
we
and
could
then it
do
was like-
elements, we were all doing our elements?
Yeah.
Who would have
It was
guessed?
just that, like, by the time you got to the point where you could do elements, there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, once you
Yeah.
can do elements, it's a very linear seed. It's just like, well, I'll do my elements, and
The
now I got
first
access to the
dun-
next one. Let's do my element.
The
Let's do my
first dungeon
element.
you had to go into was a non-element dungeon,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
I just
you didn't have
chose
to go into
wrong.
deep,
I
but
went to Deepwood first. But honestly, I don't know why, but I always had that little thing in the back of my head. What if Vanilla is Kane? Sorry. What if Kane is Vanilla?
Kane is
What if
Vanilla,
Gastja is
yeah.
Vanilla?
yeah.
Yeah. That's
was
why I
like
tend
off
to rush
the top of
dungeons.
my mind when I found Kane. I was like, "Oh, sweet! I found Kane. Hopefully, they haven't found it yet."
Nah, I was
Yeah.
I was certain that I was the last one who picked up Kane.
Yeah,
I
like
almost
47
I
minutes
got it late
in.
too.
Like 47 minutes
Nah,
in, all I could do
On the
is a
restream,
non-element dungeon.
on the restream, I think it was Shocky who got the Kane last.
Oh really? Huh.
No.
Yes,
Can-
Shocky got the cane after Cave 25, which
Yeah.
you all remember that you were all like going to October by around the same time. So
But
okay.
Shocky got his red sword from the Colonel Beanstalk, so he rushed Western Wood before getting the Cane.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Just rush Western.
yeah,
Western
no,
Wood.
absolutely. Like when you find the red sword on the Crown Beanstalk, that's just like yay.
Yeah, that
I
would have
mean,
been
to think
something
about
that
whether
said,
to do vanilla
don't do
Cave Flames,
vanilla
you just
path
go to
because
the
there's
servers.
checks. Boots doesn't yell at me that there's more checks to do in the overworld to not do vanilla path, even though that was the right call.
Yeah, true. But Red Sword was like, "Yeah, no, go Western Woods now." And I was like, "Yep, going to Western Woods now. I'm gonna go get the rain. Western Woods."
Did anyone else kill Green Shoe after getting the red sword?
I didn't touch Green Shoe
After
or Gleamrock.
I still
Shocky
had
killed Green Shoe with the green sword. He
But
didn't
yeah,
have red
okay,
sword
green
yet.
sword.
Oh, I didn't kill Green Shoe.
Okay, I got the red sword and thought about bailing, but decided to kill him for rupees.
didn't even notice that.
Anybody else like scroll locked at 3 for most of that seed?
Yes,
Yes.
and then suddenly boom. Everyone.
Yeah, I didn't get a single scroll for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
were some people whose first spin was the Primilari fusion.
Yeah, it was mine. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, what? What was mine? Was
Griegal.
Tingle a spin?
Oh, Griegal.
Tingle was
Griegal. Right.
Griegal
Griegal,
one
not
was
Tingle.
the
Yeah,
first
I got that one for my first
Okay.
one.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, but I think like that was it. GG's again to all of you. That was a very, very close race.
GG. So
I'm guessing that whoever like takes the stream down for us will raid over to other ZSR channels that's live that has a Wind Waker Windows spoiler tournament match starting about an
yeah.
hour ago, so that should still be going. There's another one of those later on the schedule to like this night, and that's about it there. On our side for Minish Cap Rando next week, Variety Race, which will be a figurine hunt with plentiful items. Details for that are available on our Discord.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in this render, if you want to play yourself, if you want to watch more of it, any of that, come join us there. And yeah, any other last comments from anyone else here?
Not really.
Oh, I need to follow ZSR4. There we go.
No, GG's everyone.
Make sure to follow ZSR4 if you're not.
_4.
Yes.
Yes.
Where are you watching right now?
I don't know. I already stopped my stream. What is
Alright, I'm out now. Later, everybody. GG's.
GG's to everybody, and we'll see you all next week.